Hey everybody, welcome back to At the Buzzer. This is the second episode for February 2nd, 2025, because very early this morning, Jack and I have Zach Lavine on the mind because I just put him in the thumbnail. Now, Jack and I jumped on. We talked a little bit about the Luka trade. That was big. Now, Ryan and I are here to break down another blockbuster trade. So here's what we got. Darren Fox is going to the Spurs along with Jordan McLaughlin. The Kings receive Zach Lavine, City Cisco, 3 first-round picks, 3 second-round picks, and the Bulls receive Zach Collins, Trey Zones, Kevin Herter, and a 2025 first-round pick. Ryan, what does this all mean? What are your first reactions to it? Just let me know your thoughts.
Well, we had heard that De'Aaron Fox was asking for a trade, right? And we know that the Kings had fired their head coach, Mike Brown. I think this trade kind of confirms what a lot of people were thinking is that, Fox may or may not have had a role in pushing that, in that, it was just maybe a situation where he had a little too much control. He wasn't happy. So it was time for him to leave. The best location for him to go for sure in terms of making a team very competitive would be to go to the Spurs, I think. You see like the Bulls, the Bulls have been kind of in like basketball purgatory for years. There still are, it's like get rid of Zach Lavine. Zach Collins, he gets hurt a lot. He's okay. Kevin Herter, he's fine. And Trey Jones, he's okay.
What was the incentive for them here, do you think?
For the Bulls, I just think they were honestly trying to, in all honesty, they were trying to dump off Lavine, trying to get something out of it. What did they? Yeah, they ended up getting like
Bulls got Zach Collins, Trey Zones, Kevin Herter, and a 2025 first-round pick.
I think it was their pick they got back, right?
Or they did get their pick back up. So their pick is via the Bulls, sent to the Spurs in the DeMar DeRozan trade.
Yeah, so they get they kind of did a little bit of what where it's like you just get some guys that are like fine that you can just throw in your rotation, they'll play, and you get a pick back. So I think it makes the most sense for them, right?
Yeah.
Definitely the Spurs are, that's the big key piece. I actually think the Kings made out with a ton. You get Zach Lavine, so like him, Sabonis, and DeRozan, it's not like incredible, but they'll still probably like make the play-in.
Mm-hmm.
They can be
well set up for the future now too, right?
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's a good trade. And now you have 3 first-round picks, right, and 2 second rounds. I think that's a decent enough haul with the picks for him. Yeah, the Spurs lose Trey Jones, who they weren't really playing anyways. Zach Collins has been in and out of rotation. So, yeah, I think it's a great trade for the Spurs in theory. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah, so the Spurs right now are the 12th seed. They're 21-25. But do you think this will make them like a legit competitor for this year?
So here's the thing, can it? Absolutely. De'Aaron Fox is already an all-NBA player. You could double-check for me if he made the All-Star team. I think he should have. Very, very good player. Right. Definitely a great number 2 to go with Wemby. But the thing is right, this guy we know years ago, Tyrese Halliburton, was traded so De'Aaron Fox could have his own team. He's had his own team. He played with Sabonis. They got DeRozan. So, if he's not happy with that kind of stuff, you're going into the Spurs where, I'm sorry, you're not the number 1 priority and you're never going to be, right? It's always got to be Wemby, and, Popovich runs a tight ship over there. I don't really think he's going to let De'Aaron Fox call the shots. But if De'Aaron Fox is willing, if he was like, yeah, I want to go on this team, I want to play with this kid, I want to win, they could be very competitive very quickly. Gives Chris Paul, who's 39, something like that, doesn't have to play as many minutes. In theory, it could work very well, but we just have to see how De'Aaron Fox is willing to adjust. And you're playing next to a guy who is already a top 10 player in the league. I think should have been a starting all-star. Is probably, I think, is on the trajectory to be an all-time great.
Mm-hmm.
So you've just got to be willing to play with him and willing to make adjustments. And if you're willing to do that, it will work.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, Popovich has proven that he can bring a team of, talented players and then a superstar all together and have tons of success. Could be the next coming of that here,
Yeah, and you got two. I mean, you do have two I would say two superstars. I mean, De'Aaron Fox is a very good player. I mean, probably the fastest. Maybe the fastest player in the NBA. Amazing downhill point guard. Is shot way better from three. I don't have his numbers in front of me, but I mean, they're very good. I mean, he's a guy easily can get you 25 to 30 a night.
Yeah, right now he's averaging exactly 25 points.
Yeah, I mean, with his the biggest thing for him is the downhill threat. The spacing that can provide for Wemby. Also the potential for lobs for the two of them. There's so much potential there. I mean, it was definitely, to me, when I saw De'Aaron Fox was a possible trade asset, I mean, the Spurs definitely was the most enticing destination.
Yeah, and I thought it was very funny last night when Luka got traded. Someone, I think De'Aaron Fox tweeted a reaction to it, and someone's like, "Don't go to bed, you're next." He was next. So I feel like there's been already an insane trade deadline.
No, it definitely has. And to be honest, it's more interesting because I was kind of wondering. I was like, all right, so maybe there's this theory, maybe Nico Harrison, he's already kind of partial. Maybe he's a little partial to the Lakers. I don't know. I think he has a connection with Clutch. He, that's kind of how him and Kyrie got to get along well and all of that. Mm-hmm. He's friends with AD apparently, or they have a good relationship. So he's kind of like, all right, you know what? Luka's kind of a pain. So what I'll do is he's not going to sign with us in a year and a half, and it's a difficult fit. So I give him to a team I want to see be successful in the future. Mm-hmm. I get my boy AD, but what kind of the last piece to me, it's just to trade someone like Luka, you've got to have a bigger plan than just AD and Kyrie. And, they have Derek Lively. They did just a ton of moves in the front court last year to accommodate their very strong offensive backcourt. So I'm kind of wondering if there's a last piece for the Mavericks. Are they going to opt for a third player? De'Aaron Fox would have been the most enticing. Mm-hmm. The one left is Jimmy Butler.
Ooh, all right. That could be interesting.
Yeah, but who do they they don't really want. What do they have? The Mavs have Derek Lively. I'd have to look at their picks.
Yeah.
Derek Jones.
I mean, they have Klay Thompson, right? That's
I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, maybe the Heat are into that. Just to not give up. He wears a headband, he likes to he gives off the vibe always that he's playing hard.
Yeah, that's true. That's important. Spo will love that. That's a Spo guy trait, I feel like.
Exactly, yeah.
And the less talented he gets, the more Spo will, like him for giving.
That's true. And the harder he tries,
yeah.
Then he makes a three and does does a little.
But yeah, it should be interesting. I mean, we'll be here, this week. I assume, maybe even tomorrow be back on another call talking about some other crazy trade that happened.
The Luka trade, that's probably the craziest trade
in sports history.
Sports trade we're going to see in our lifetime. I mean, to find anything comparable, and you have to go back to like the Red Arbok like picks,
Right.
where he gets like Kevin McHale and Robert Parrish, like Will somehow like Will Chamberlain, Elgin Baylor end up on the Lakers. It's like those kind of trades, and it's always with these teams, right? So it just goes to show it's like there's something else.
Dealing. Yeah, dude, I was trying to like even conceptualize what an NFL version of this trade would be, and it's just like
I don't think
there's nothing that could be like this,
Yeah,
the best I came up with was Josh Allen getting traded to the Rams for Matt Stafford and like a first round pick.
I was thinking just to contextualize it in terms of the potential. It's just like you trade like Jalen Daniels, like after Jaden, and you trade him for whatever, like
a rising superstar,
a very good older player, a very good player who's like 29. It's just kind of like really like that might just blow up in your face, right? And it is like Luka is a very like aggressive player, right? I just, does this kind of piss him off? Is he like, you traded me for just Anthony Davis, and does he go off? I mean, we'll see. It's going to be very interesting. Him and LeBron is a weird fit. Right. I really wonder how like Austin Reeves like works into that, but I guess like with the three of them, it's like you're never going to worry about having like a kind of like a facilitator playmaker on the court. Yeah, it's an insane trade.
I know. I'm so excited for the first Lakers lineup with Luka in it to just see what it looks like and how they play together,
Yeah, I guess Luka and Reeves in the backcourt. I don't know if maybe they pair someone else, and have Reeves come off the bench, but I think it's got to be the two of them. I think they've been running Dalton Neck at the three. I haven't been paying a ton of attention to the Lakers, so I'd have to look. There's some guys. LeBron right now might be playing center.
That's what. Yeah, I was thinking that. I was like, maybe LeBron is their center now.
I mean, he's done it. I mean, guy can play 1 through 5. Again, I know people have talked about throwing Luka in the post and stuff, but I just,
don't know if that's his bag.
I mean, it just is gonna ask for a lot of hustle.
Yeah.
A type of hustle I don't know that he's super interested in. You got to play to Luka's strengths,
No, definitely. Well, anything else from this that you want to touch on, or from the Luka trade? Anything? Floor is yours.
No, I'm just kind of curious to see what the Mavs are going to do. Again, to me, it's just like if you're going to do this, I feel like there's got to be one more step. Like AD, Kyrie, and him. I get it. Like Luka was hurt, but I feel like there's got to be one more move. It's just interesting to me. I guess like you run like 2 ultra bigs, but like him and Lively, and then they've got Gafford, PJ Washington, kind of like a 4, but like a bigger guy. It's they're the team I'd kind of keep my eyes on in terms of making another move. I'm kind of worrying if the Bulls are going to try to trade Vucevic now. That takes a lot off the table for the Warriors. So I guess like I don't hate Vucevic going to the Warriors. I don't think that's a move that really takes them over, but it does give them a big that stretches the floor a little bit. It's going to be interesting to see. I'll just keep my eyes out for, again, the Mavericks. We'll see if anything happens with the Butler situation. We'll have to see if anything happened, if the Warriors are going to make any moves now. That's all I got.
Yeah, West, tough. Real tough conference.
It's
very thankful that the Celtics are in the East right now.
Yeah, I mean, well, those teams have made moves.
Yeah, that's true.
We're going to see how they work out, The Lakers, it's really this year. I think it's up in the air. We'll have to see. Is Luka still hurt? I think.
Yeah, I don't know for sure. But yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. Do you want to plug anything before you get on out of here?
I got nothing, Brian.
Nothing right now. All right. Well, This will be part of the Monday show. So if you're watching it there, watch the next segment. Please don't click off. That'd be weird. And if you are watching it as a segment, check out all the other videos on Wicked Good Sports, our main channel, which is Wicked Good Everything, where we cover pop culture and video games, and our podcasting channel for all the podcasts not related to sports, which is Better Radio. Ryan, thank you so much for your time.
As usual, Brian, pleasure.
And we'll see you all in the next one.